Hello, my name is Megan, and I'm a member of the Faith Point Youth Group, and I am a senior at New Prague High School, and this is not exactly how I saw my senior year going. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about that and, where I'm at with my faith during this, and hopefully I'll provide something that will be helpful to you during this time. I kind of want to focus this on one of my favorite quotes. I came across this Bible verse when I was in middle school and this journal was given to me. And it's Luke chapter 1, verse 37. And it says, "Faith, it does not make things easy, it makes them possible." And this was like a whole new way of looking at faith for me when I was in middle school. Answering those questions of why does God do this? Why does God do that? And to just be like, okay, it's going to be hard, but with faith, it's possible. And I think that applies now more than ever. I'm used to being very, 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 very busy. Almost every hour of the day is spent outside of the house for me before COVID-19. I'm involved in 4-H and FFA and speech. And so for everything to just be canceled or postponed, it's been a big adjustment. It's been really, really hard, and I will admit there's been a few tears. And I think one of the most helpful ways of looking at this that I've seen comes out of the high school's guidance office. They sent out a little diagram about yes and. So the thought behind it is, yes, we can be grateful for what we do have, and disappointed that things are postponed and canceled. Yes, we can be grateful for more family time and be overwhelmed by the presence of our family. And I think that's a really helpful way of looking at this. Being okay, feeling those feelings, but maintain that gratefulness and, expressing gratefulness to God in worship and in prayer. And when things are really low, reaching out to my church family has been amazing. I look forward to Sunday nights. That's when the youth group meets virtually. So if you are youth out there and you haven't been joining us, I encourage you to. Just reach out to me or Marco or Pastor Steve. And it's just an amazing time to come together and be with other Christians and just feel supported. And, so much laughter happens, and human connection is just so good right now. So I encourage you to find ways to connect with those people and connect with your church. One of the challenges for me right now is that I'm still considered essential. So I'm working 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then I'm off for 5 days. And it's not a ton of time, but it's just enough time for me to feel absolutely terrified and absolutely happy all at the same time. It's so good to do something normal, to feel like I'm doing something to, fight this, per se, fight an invisible enemy. And I know staying at home is doing something, but it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything. So being able to work emergency childcare for those on the front lines feels really, really good, but it's also really scary. We were told this week to start wearing masks, and there are not enough masks. And so it was a yes and moment. Yes, I'm grateful that I'm not a nurse or a doctor on the front lines right now, dealing with not having the proper equipment. And I'm upset that I don't have enough of the equipment for me and my coworkers to be safe. And this kind of led to a moment. I was driving home and I was thinking about that. And I'm a pretty anxious person, so that led into thoughts of, what if I catch this? What if there's a condition I have that I'm not aware of? And for once, instead of that's, just continue to spiral or continue to go to a dark place, I stopped and I thought about heaven in a whole new way that I had never before. And I was completely at peace. And I prayed, and it was a really good moment. So it's a very strange time, and there's very strange, new ways of being right now. And I think God can really use those ways. And I think that's an example of that, of God using, this crazy time. And I think it was definitely a God moment. So that's kind of my thoughts on this is, keep your faith, be open to God using this time for strange and good ways. And even though the strange and good ways seem to cost a lot right now, still they're there. And, reach out to your church family and, just keep the faith and be safe and know that I am praying for you as well. All right, that's all for me. Thank you, everyone.